The gap between rich and poor in the States is today higher than ever.
We were told you work hard, you go to college, you get a job. You work hard, you go to college now, there's no jobs because the folks up there that you say are staring down on us made sure that all the work is going overseas.
College tuition used to be pretty stable. It didn't go up very much until the 60s.
I'm here because I want to talk with you about your education and what's expected of all of you in this new school year.
Wall Street, right? And the fact that it's corrupted our academic institution, that kind of makes you mad, doesn't it? I mean, one thing if it's the banking and the politics, but this is where we send our children and we trust them to do the right things for them, and yet they're being not taught something so fundamental. Like you asked your dad when you were a kid, Dad, you asked your teacher, when are you going to teach us about money?
University, or college education, as our transatlantic cousins call it, is today less relevant than ever before in history.
So you became a millionaire on April 15th.
Yes, correct.
You YOLO'd $180,000, you borrowed money, you maxed out your credit cards,
Yeah.
you sold everything you had,
Yeah.
and you put it into Dogecoin.
Society's getting tougher, guys, and there's not enough authentic people talking about really what's going on in the financial world. And I'm not saying this on a news thing. I'm talking about on a more psychological, philosophical level. The masses are about to go through some serious financial suffering. My electric bill last month, to those of you who can only pay attention for half a second, let me just tell you, my electric bill last year was literally 25% cheaper per kilowatt, meaning that regardless of my usage, I'm saying how much it costs to even have the electricity is up by 25%. There are things going on that the people who are just following the system's rule and playing by their rules, they're going to be slaughtered. Is a compliment. Those of you watching, those of you who are everyday hardworking individuals, you guys are going to get slaughtered. Like, if you don't actively change, it's going to be at that point where you either evolve or waste away. And I hate to break it to you, if you're one of those guys who love watching financial content or love watching personal development content or love watching all these different types of content that makes you feel productive, no matter how productive you feel, you're not going to feel productive in that broke ass 1995 car you can afford and that $200 roach infested apartment that's off the highway. You need to start taking some action, guys, like some serious action. And I realize no matter how much resources, no matter how smart someone is, no matter how much you pour into someone, if they're not willing to do the work themselves, it doesn't even matter. It does not matter. And you guys need to take your lives more serious. Your life is important. You know, your dreams are important. Your goals are important. Don't let anyone stand in the way of those things, because regardless if you have a wife, kids, in the end, you have your life to live regardless. You know, kids will grow up and move out if you have kids. You have to go to bed with your regrets alone. Live the life that you want to live, or at least strive for it. You owe it to yourself. A lot of times people aren't going to be achieving much when it comes to financial freedom because they're not truly viewing life as an opportunity. So I like to do something interesting unlike other people on YouTube. And this is something that I wish I told my younger self. And that's why I'm making this channel. Whoever's listening out there, maybe you're a 13-year-old, 15-year-old, maybe you're in your 30s. Do this. Tell yourself that you just came back from the future. You was 90 years old. Picture this with me. You're 90 years old. You're in your wheelchair. Your friends, they all died. Your family, they have all died. The things you used to love, your body is no longer able to enjoy because your body's failing. You spend most of your days in a hospital bed. You're barely having enough energy to use the bathroom. There's no one who calls you. There's no one who cares about you because they're either all dead or no longer, associated with you. Only thing you have going for you in your life is your ability to watch TV from a room. Complete loneliness. Okay? And then right before you die, you wake up. You are now the age you are now. You're no longer 90 years old. The friends you once had are here. The body you once longed for is here. The opportunities you should have taken is here. Stop wasting time. Just stop. Like, there's not enough people. If you're 15, 16, I really want you to feel this. If you're 16 years old, just try to imagine everything you like to do, everything you have aspirations for. Imagine being 90 years old. Okay? And if you're wasting away doing things that aren't truly meaningful to you, imagine being 90 years old and literally just really put yourself in these shoes. You have an opportunity. You have to seize it. You guys have to seize this. And I feel like no one's really having a conversation the way I'm having it with you guys. You have to seize this opportunity. And I hope this video will be somewhat of a wake-up call. Because if you guys don't wake up, no one's going to achieve financial freedom. 99% of you will not achieve financial freedom until you start seeing your life as an opportunity. So make it count, guys. And I'm going to be going to depths, and I'm going to provide little actionable steps in every video I make onto how we can better ourselves as a community. If you join this community by subscribing, and just as a world in general, by increasing the amount of introspection and critical thinking and the things we do in our day-to-day lives. We need to literally take these things more serious, and we need to stop watching these entertainment-based YouTubers who don't really care about you guys. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. They look like they care because it's part of their business, but who generally don't care about the members of the community or the people they affect or impact. So this is my message today. Nothing fancy. I just hope that this simple message can maybe inspire and shock you into something. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just lighting up a little bit of perspective to increase the amount of critical thinking and introspection you can place on your life right now. Critically, with that perspective, critically think about what you're doing, how you're spending your time, who you're associating with, and where you want to go. Okay, because I promise you, whatever you're doing right now, whether it's working a regular 9 to 5, you add 40 years to it, and that same accomplishment becomes 5 times more difficult. If you really factor that in, you realize how much your time is more precious than anything else. So make it count, guys.